That's what I was going to say. Okie doke. Well, welcome everybody. Are you ready there, Andrew? Okay. Welcome everybody to Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. My name is Sue, and I'm the president right now. And at this point in our service, we like to have a little invocation. So Chuck would be so kind to come up and give us an invocation to start our service.
Hello, everybody. So, as always, as I was reminded by Jerry momentarily, and by his incredible partner Gene as well, we are always surrounded by Spirit. So, as we go through our lives with that support around us continually, there's an understanding that if we trust in the guidance that we're getting in each moment that we find ourselves within, that the flow of our life leans in our direction, shall we say. And so, as part of today's message, that idea of trust, to trust in your life, to trust in the guidance that you're getting in every moment for your life. And so let's open to that. Let's embrace that to move forward in trust in yourself and in life.
All right. At this point, we usually have our statement of intent. And so I forgot to ask Jean to do it, so I'm going to do it today. We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services. By using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where you can worship the God of your own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join us in this celebration of life, to nourish your spirit and to enjoy the company of kindred souls. And with that in mind, let us stand and sing our opening hymn, which is Let There Be Peace on the white card. All right. So hymn number 1 now. So that is number 6. Morning is broken. Yeah. So number 6 in Wings of Song. All right. Oops. So, at this point, I just want to let you know who our speaker is Chuck Crom, our favorite of all times. We haven't seen him in a while, so it's really glad to have him back. And if you need more information about what Chuck does and who he is, we have the bio on our website, so keep that in mind. Also, other announcements. Getting to the point where I have to have notes all the time. Okay, well, our Thanksgiving potluck dinner went by very well. We had it very well attended. Steve, you said about 20 people, and I'm sure there was plenty of food. Yes. So, yeah, we still probably have a few leftovers downstairs. So, for our potluck lunch, you might see a few things that if you were here on Thanksgiving that you might see again. Hold on just a second. For anyone who was at the Thanksgiving dinner, somebody left a pair of glasses behind. So if they are yours, you know where they are now. They are here. So if you need to, these will be downstairs on somewhere, on the counter somewhere, so you can find them. So yeah, don't leave your glasses behind. All right, so the next big event that we have planned is a Christmas potluck dinner. So as we did that last year, we did the Thanksgiving last year. They both went over very well. So this year we're going to also do another Christmas dinner potluck. So we haven't decided on time yet, but we will get you the information on that as soon as we have it. But think ahead. Christmas, it's always fun to be with people. Our next speakers in line coming up, next week, our speaker is LSICC. And then beyond that, we're hoping it will be Robert Aho. So he will be doing his continuation of his Buddhism triad, I think he was going to do 3 different things on that. If you're interested, you can always join us at our board meeting, or at least you'll know when it is, because it's going to be December 22nd, the Sunday before Christmas, after service. And it's open to the public. We don't, but I don't know if you really want to come. It's not all that fun. But anyway, yeah, so if you're interested, that's when it is, December 22nd after service, after we all get to eat something. And another thing, downstairs, we have put up a table. There are a couple of very small boxes on it right now, but we will be putting bigger boxes down there. And instead of our annual Christmas giving tree, because the tree fell apart, we are going to do a Christmas giving table. So any items that you feel that you want to donate to other charities like Chum or Union Gospel Mission or Damiano Center. We'll take clothing, we'll take hats, mittens, gloves, we'll take personal items like soap and shampoo and deodorant. And don't forget the warm socks. Socks are always needed by people in these different places. So if there's something you'd like to donate, we have the table downstairs. It's got a nice big red tablecloth on it. So please don't forget those in need during the season, and we'll get those to the appropriate places before Christmas. All right, so at this point, it's time to say our principles. You'll find them on the white card. All right, so we believe God is the eternal source and creator of all, and is present in everything. Our eternal soul, endowed with free will, grows through many lifetimes. Communication occurs between the physical and spiritual worlds. Prayer and meditation strengthen our connection to the divine. All healing comes from Source, seeking this for ourselves, and compassion for others' suffering, highest priority. Because we are all one, what we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. The choice of love is always open for every soul. Living these principles leads us to grow in divine love. And at this point, I'd like to recite the prayer for spiritual healing, which is on the flip side of the card. All right, so I ask the unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. We put our trust in the love and power of God. And with that, we have our healing bowl. The healing bowl is always energetically charged. Anytime you want to put a prayer in for someone, either physically on a piece of paper or intentionally through your intentions, you can pray for somebody through the bowl and through the love and the higher spirit. So we always have prayers on hand, and I got a request from Andrew through our Zoom service that we need to give prayers for Robert Aho. He will be having surgery this next week, so we are hoping that all goes well with that and that it comes out to the greater good for him. So that's our first prayer. Now, at this time, we usually ask for prayer requests, so I'm going to grab the microphone if anyone wants to come up. We have another one on Zoom. I can't read it from here. Oh, I can't see it from here. Janine Bierke, she passed away. Please assist her in her journey and her family and friends. So Janine, some time ago, Janine, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Jerky? And also, I'm not sure if those of you, yeah, Bonnie Walden, it was in the news, weekly email, but I wanted to mention Bonnie Walden. Let's also pray for her safe journey and passage. Are there any other prayers?
Just more prayers for our Carolyn Sheets. She's struggling with this cold. It kind of comes and goes, she said, and she's taking it easy and taking care of herself. Also, some prayers for my daughter Tiffany, who now has a cold or symptoms of a cold. She doesn't need this. And so prayers that just goes away really fast. And thank you. Okay.
Any other prayer requests at this time? What? Marky? Mark, let's hope Mark is continuing to improve on his health. It's good to see him when he comes back.
He sent me a message, which I found just before church, said that he just can't come yet. He has this yeast infection or something now on top of everything. So it just hurts to sit. So I'm not going to be there and sitting today. So more prayers for Marky as he moves through all this stuff. Thank you.
All right, so at this point, we'll sing In the Silence as a little way to think of the people who need our help the most. And then we will also have a moment of silence after the song. 74. Page 74 in Wings of Song. And then after we have our moment of silence, Chuck will come and give us our healing meditation.
So let's continue to rest in the silence that we have already begun to embrace. Breathe deeply, calmly. Allow peace to wash over you. There is no rush. There is no place to be. Open up to all that surrounds you now. Relax. Take a deep breath and let that breath out. Relax. Relax into the state of your entire being. And just breathe for a while. In your mind, create some type of a geometrical shape. It matters not what it is. It can be anything. See it there floating in front of you. Allow it to be whatever size you would like to be. Allow it to be whatever color you would like to be. Observe it for a moment as it hangs in front of you. As it hangs there, a light within it comes into being, and it fills the shape. Then it emanates beyond the shape, and those emanations reach you. Imagine either the shape moving towards you and surrounding you, or you moving towards the shape and entering into the shape. Within that shape, you are engulfed in the energy that fills the shape. It is, of course, the energy of existence. It's there to remind you of who and what you actually are. It's there to remind you that this whole experience was your idea. It's there to remind you that you're the one in the driver's seat in your experience. It's there to help the infinite knowledge and wisdom and ability that is yours eternally to impact your present experience to whatever degree you need it to. Rest in that feeling. Drink in all of that energy, all it has to share with you, and understand that as you move through your day and through your week and through your month, that energy will express itself, flow into your life at the times that are appropriate for it too. Without leaving that space, once again, return yourself to whatever setting you found yourself within before you began that interaction. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. So, I'm going to pause while I take a drink of water. So, I thought I would share a little information today. And of course, I know I'm singing to the choir. You guys have all been exploring this for some of you many more years than I have, others as long as I have. And others, I have a feeling that even though maybe it hasn't been as long, you've progressed rather rapidly. Otherwise, you wouldn't be attending here. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about understanding and trusting your life. And so what I've come to understand in my exploration is that if you understand the mechanisms, I guess I'll call them in the moment, of the way that spirit moves itself in association with this particular type of an expression, physical reality, this physical reality. If you understand that mechanism, it becomes much easier to trust in what's going on in your existence because you have an idea about how it flows, why it moves the way that it does. It's no longer surprising that it is moving the way that it's moving. It's like if you get a new dishwasher or you get a new washing machine, you get a new iron, whatever it might happen to be, you look at the instructions to find out how it is that particular appliance works. And if you follow those instructions, then that appliance will work for you in a way that's advantageous for you. If, however, you're not familiar with those instructions, it becomes kind of a hit or miss kind of a thing. You may get the effect out of the appliance that you want, perhaps you will not. So understanding the mechanisms of consciousness, understanding your life, the way that your life shows up for you, will help you greatly to trust in your life because you will know that it shows up in a particular way for particular reasons. So important in that is the relationship that you have with yourself. And of course, what I'm talking about there is the rest of who and what you are. And you can apply whatever name you would like to apply to that. You can call it the soul, you can call it the self, you can call it existence, you can call it whatever you would like. But that presence, that rest of you is always there. It is never not there. It's always there to be interacted with. It's always there to be questioned. It's always there to be asked for guidance. It's always there. And it's not just you that's there. You have many, many friends also in that regard that are there also. So you have all sorts of help, potential help. The thing is that that help shows up in many, many ways. And depending on your awareness of how all of this moves and flows, sometimes the ways that it shows up can be confusing because that deeper part of yourself and these friends of yours are attempting to direct you in a particular direction. But if your, we'll just call it your physically focused mind, has other ideas about things, you will resist that movement. And in that resistance, things become a little bit challenging. So in this journey, in association with other individuals that walk a similar path, you can hear people say many times that that particular event, whatever it was, occurred for a reason. Yes, of course it did. Everything occurs for a reason. The question is, what was the reason that it occurred? In a general way, there's always one reason why it occurred. To help you understand more of who and what you actually are. Everything that happens in your life is there to do that. Everything. It matters not what it was. If it's something that you did not like, that you found very challenging, it provides you the opportunity to explore that event. to see where is it that you're inhibiting yourself so that you're not making the types of choices that you would rather make to move in the directions that you would rather move. Especially in these times. And what do I mean by these times? You may be aware that in our physical reality, there are cycles of movement that occur. We are within one of those now. Within this cycle, we have an opportunity to do something that we haven't done for, in terms of linear time, a very long time, is to become much, much more aware of the rest of who and what we are while we still express ourselves physically. This is the shifting period that individuals talk about, or our transition, whatever you would like to call it. You have the opportunity to do that. Doesn't mean you have to do that, but the opportunity is there. If you think back into what we can call our historical past, into the 1950s and before that, there are only few people on the planet in the ratio of the rest of the people on the planet who lived their life focused on the deeper parts of who they were every day or a part of each day. Certainly most individuals were familiar with religion in some context. They would gather on maybe a Sunday or something like that, and they would listen to somebody else share information with them, but it certainly wasn't a large portion of who and what they were. That number has increased in a large degree in the last several decades. There are now millions and millions of individuals around the planet who spend large portions of their days exploring the nature of who and what they are. That is part of this flow that we're all within. In that, understanding a little bit about how you interact with that flow can be very helpful. So, you can think of your awareness kind of like a flashlight beam. And so, if you think of your life perhaps like maybe being a dark room, not saying that it's dark, but just for the metaphor, and you shine that flashlight at the various things that fill that room, and as you shine your flashlight, you point your awareness towards something, all of a sudden that, whatever it is, fills your awareness. Then what will happen automatically is that all of what you believe to be true about yourself and about everything that's in association with whatever it is you've pointed your awareness is at will start to move in your life. It will start to bring you the events, the circumstances, the situations, the emotions, the thoughts, all of those things that are associated with everything that you associate with wherever it is you're putting your attention. So understanding that those things, those filters are very much something that you can change is a very powerful thing for you to be able to do in your life. Because it's what you believe to be true about life. It is not what is inherently true about life. I'm going to say something here that at first may seem very, very confusing. And that is this, that inherently, foundationally, life is without meaning. Now that sounds strange. What does that mean? What it means is that life does not have an inherent meaning. Your life has the meaning that you give it, and no other meaning. You provide the meaning to your existence. Choose then what meaning you would apply to your existence. That is the free will that you have. You get to choose what things mean. When you do that, and whether you do that consciously or whether you do that by default, unconsciously, so to speak, it will take, life will take, consciousness will take its cue from you, because that's how it works. That's what the instruction manual will tell you, that you're the one at the helm of the experiences of your life through the choices that you're making. Not only the actions that you're taking, but the thoughts that you choose to point in various directions. So the biggest thing is a phrase that is quite popular in circles like ours, to know thyself. In other words, be mindful, be aware of why was it I just thought the thought that I thought? Why was it I just took the action that I took? What was it that stimulated to feel what I just felt right now? Because I'm going to suggest to you that feelings do not exist in a vacuum. You feel the way you do in association with what that feeling was attached to or flowed from because of what you believe is true about yourself and that thing that stimulated the feeling all at the same time. So again, the awareness of you, mindfulness, helps you in that regard. To truly know yourself, to truly know that you have choice, to truly know that you have the opportunity to change what you believe is true about yourself and about the world around you. Because you get to make that determination. You get to give meaning to the world. It has no meaning other than what you give to it. If you look around, and this is what is to me so very nice about having the ability to communicate with the whole world the way that we do right now. If you look around, you can see many, many, many examples of individuals who give a meaning to their life that allows them to live their life in very satisfying and fulfilling ways. We all have that opportunity to do that. But it can take the choice of identifying why it is we're not doing that and then making some changes in those regards. Because that's the freedom of what you have the ability to do, is to change what you believe is true about yourself and what you believe is true about your life. Now, our existence here, of course, and if we talk in maybe physical terms at first, our existence is, we could maybe say, a compilation of various types of molecules, maybe. Those molecules made up of atoms. Those atoms made up of smaller particles. Those smaller particles do not exist in a sustained way. They come and they go, right? They're the result of what are called waveforms, if we want to talk in that kind of a language. What we're actually talking about, of course, from this perspective is consciousness. How consciousness forms itself in each moment, actually. And it's a new expression each moment. It's not the same expression each moment. It's a new expression each moment. And so it's a very malleable expression. You are never stuck in any particular way of experiencing something. It's there to move and shift for you in the very next moment, if you allow it to. Now, sometimes it takes little practice. Part of what's important is, again, to understand that you really are the one at the helm of what's going on in your life. And if you understand that, if you observe that, if you pay attention to that, you will come to trust your life. Because you will know that you can make the changes in your existence. You will know how to make those changes in your existence because you will have practiced making those changes in your existence. Or you will observe what you believe to be true about yourself or about something, and you will see life come to you in a way that supports that. You will look at other individuals and you'll be able to recognize, because perhaps you know them well, how it is that they feel about themselves, how it is they feel about their life, and how their life and the things that happen to them match that. You can see this mechanism happening around you with everybody. All you need to do is be observant. There's nobody on this planet that has more ability to utilize that mechanism than you do. You have just as much ability as everybody else does. The concept is to become familiar with it and then to utilize it, to take action. One of the things that you can do is, because earlier we talked about the help that you always have around you. And when those aspects of you, of spirit, whatever you would like to say, are providing you with information, there's a particular way that that feels. It feels like it's a good idea. It feels inspiring. It stimulates your curiosity. It feels like that's a little better idea to do than something else is. There's so many ways that that shows up to you. it can be an impulse, it can be an impression. A large way of gathering all that together is to say it's about your intuition. It's about a feeling state that happens within you. A feeling state that feels, I know that sounds redundant, right to you, true to you, without anxiety attached to it. If there is worry, if there is fear, if there is anxiety, if there are things of that nature that seem to be part of what that communication is, you can be sure it's being colored. So then explore it a little bit. Do I really want to take that particular action? Why is it colored with that particular feeling state? And be honest with yourself. There's actually nothing to hide from here at all. In fact, there's much to gain by not hiding. There's much to gain by being as transparent with yourself as you possibly can, because then you'll get to see what's actually going on. Then you get to see what it is that you have the opportunity to make some changes with. And in those changes, you will see the results of those changes. And the results of those changes aren't necessarily how much financial wherewithal flows into your life. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there are many, many, many examples of individuals who have quite a bit of that. And some have gotten to a place in their life where they'll express this themselves, that after all of that, they still had all this internal stuff that was messing with their heart and messing with their mind that was going on, regardless of how many millions of dollars they were making. So it's your peace. It's the state of calm that you have within you. It's the assuredness of who you are, that what you're actually after. And then you can apply that to your life in any way you want to. So if you understand that you're the one at the rudder of your ship, that ship takes its cues from you. If you're observant of yourself, if you're aware of what do I believe is true about me and my existence in this moment? What are my feelings telling me in that regard? Because they're there to help you to understand that. They're there to tell you, are you feeling confident in this moment about yourself? Or are you worried about things in this moment about yourself? Are you trusting in the way that your life is coming to you? Because you can, if you decide to. If you rest in that, it will not do anything, shall we say, increasingly challenging for you. And it takes practice, of course. But with that practice, you become more confident. You begin to expect life to interact with you in a particular way, and it shows up more and more like that. You may find that you become a little uncomfortable in your life because all of a sudden, everybody is so very nice to you. What do I do with that? How do I respond when everybody is nice to me? When they're saying really sweet things for no reason whatsoever. I'm just walking down the sidewalk and they're smiling at me. They're saying, hi, I hope you have a great day. You walk into the workplace and everybody embraces you, whatever it might happen to be. Many, many things. But it all begins with you. Because the experience that you're having around you, of course, is a creation of consciousness. It's a reflection of what's going on within you. So to be aware of what's happening within you is a very important thing. Don't judge it, because there is never any benefit in that. Just recognize it. It's just recognition. Okay, that's what's going on. And then attempt to understand why it's going on. And then look around you for examples of other individuals that that's not happening in that way with. And understand that they have no more ability than you do. The challenges may have been different, yes. But there are individuals out there, and again, they have no more ability than you, that have moved beyond some very, very tough challenges to embrace what they embrace in their life. It's totally possible for you as well. Now, at the same time, it's not a race. There's no finish line. There's no hurry. You don't have to get there within a particular time period. And realize that regardless of what you do here. Because if you think back in the 50s, in the 40s, in the 30s, in the 1800s, in the 1700s, basically, most individuals showed up on the planet, lived a very physically focused life, and then left the planet. And that's the design of this place. That was the design of this place. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't understand that while you're doing that, or you have some understanding, of course, but as you're doing that, most of you still exist in spirit. When you express yourself in other places, you do that with intent. You didn't stumble and find yourself in physical reality. You're here intentionally. You're creating this experience for yourself intentionally to explore consciousness in all the ways that you can configure consciousness, which of course is infinite. So there's nothing that you need to do here in order to have the type of experience that you would like to have when you leave here. You will have that experience. There's no way you can't have that experience. That is who you are. So don't push yourself, don't pressure yourself. But if there are things that you would like to do, if there are changes you would like to bring, you have the ability to bring those changes to your existence. And there's a way that your energy, the energy of self, the energy of existence, expresses itself within this particular physical reality, because there are many. There's a mechanism, a way that it works for us here. And an understanding of that will aid you greatly in trusting your life. And you will move forward trusting your life. And as you do that, you'll enjoy that you made that choice. So I think that that's where we'll tie it up today. And again, especially in this time period, let me back up one step. I'm going to share one more thing that I think will really be helpful for you in this. And that's acceptance in two ways. Acceptance of yourself and your choices about your life, but also acceptance of other people and their choices about their life. Unless you have incredible awareness of the reality around you, you will have no idea in the bigger picture why individuals are making the choices that they're making in their life, even if they seem to you to be so very wrong. You can't worry about that, even though you may want to. And I'm going to suggest to you that the more you can accept their choices, that doesn't mean that you agree with their choices. You just accept their choices as their choices. They're not yours, they're theirs. As you accept both ways, your life will reflect that acceptance. You will find your existence getting easier as a result of that. The climate that we have created for ourselves is very ripe for that opportunity for you. Allow yourself to do that. It is a powerful thing for you to be able to do for yourself. So accept yourself and accept others. And so with that, we hope that all of you can move forward and trust in the day as it comes to you. Understand that it is full of opportunities for you, and look for them as opportunities, and act on them in the way that in the moment feels correct for you to act on. Thank you.
Excuse me. All right, at this moment, we're going to have our offering. And could somebody grab the baskets back there, or a basket? Now, you might notice in your pew in front of you, there are these lovely little envelopes. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. However, if you do, it just asks you if you would like this donation, mainly cash donations, if you would like this donation to go towards your membership. If you're not a member at this time, you can put your information down here, and you can get a hold of one of the church board members, and we will explain all there is to know about being a member of this church. So, yeah, the little envelope with the sunflower on it. All right. Okay. Come and say a little prayer for us, Jerry.
Okay. And so we are all together today. The spirits that we've always been. We get to be together with the spirits that we are. And we are spirits that have come here for a lifetime to enjoy our life, to share our life, and to express who and what we are here for. And so think of that yes, I am here for myself and for others too, to feel all the joy of time and life, because we are in the oneness of our spirit forever and always, every day, and exactly right now. So thank you all for being here now. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Woo. Gave me the chills, Jerry. Okay, so at this time, we'll sing another hymn. What is our hymn number?
120. Happiness is found within.
120. Where? Okay. Perfect. All right, and while we're standing, let's say our church affirmation. It's on the white card. All right, so we totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. As our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership and people to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. All right, let's circle up and sing our final song, which is also on the white card if you want to bring it up with you. Oh, we have a benediction first. Oh, yes, you can do our benediction first.
That's okay. So am I. So as we join in spirit, understanding that we are in spirit, understanding that we are spirit, understanding that our expression is about joy, it is about fun, it is about embracing our experience. We come together to do just that for ourselves and for each other. Amen.